So then moving on, the next figure is called a cylinder. And cylinder is basically a prism with bases as circle, okay? I know it doesn't look like it, but if I go back to the very beginning of these prisms, cylinder would be one of those prisms. And I will guarantee you that if you open up the net, it's made out of rectangle because cylinder is made out of a giant rectangle, just like these prisms made out of rectangle, but this is a giant one rectangle with two circles. That's literally what a cylinder is made out of. Whew. So then, cylinder is a prism, and we're going to find a volume and surface area of this prism. Let's start with volume, which is area of the base times the height, and surface area, writing down the formula. Okay, so let's start with area of the base. Area of the base. The base is a circle, by the way. Therefore, we're actually going to be finding area of circle, right? Ooh, so then what's the formula for area of circle? It is going to be pi r squared. And since this circle has a radius of a 5, the area is going to be 5 squared times pi, which is 25 pi. And this is in units, by the way, guys, so unit squared. We already found the area of the base. The big D is 25. So then for the volume, we're ready. Area of the base is 25 pi multiplied by the height of 8 units. That comes out to be 200 pi. Don't forget the units, cubic units. That is going to be the volume of the cylinder. So then, going to surface area. We already know what the base is, so we found that already. So let's find the perimeter of the base. Now this time, the perimeter of the base is literally the perimeter of the circle, which is the circumference of the circle. Did you catch that already? Circumference of the circle is going to be that perimeter. And we know that formula as well, which is 2 pi r. So then 2 pi times the radius of a 5 is going to be 10 pi. Perimeter is going to be 10 pi for that base. So let's plug it in. Base area was 25 pi. Then perimeter of the circle, or the base, which was the circumference, was 10 pi times the height of 8. You get 50 pi plus 80 pi, which is 130 pi square units. Done. Very simple, right? So let's finish up that graphic organizer. We're going to get to that cylinder now. So practice graphing cylinder, drawing cylinder. It's just going to be an oval circle, and draw 2 lines, another oval, and circle inside. Sorry, that was not a great cylinder, but maybe I can make it a little bit more curved. Okay, so then volume of a cylinder is still the same thing as the prism, because it is still a prism. Area of the base times the height. But we cannot end it there, right? Because in a cylinder, there's a special feature. The area of the base is going to be area of circle. So then you get with pi r squared, which means a better version of a cylinder volume formula is going to be pi r squared times the height. That is a formal, official formula for volume of a cylinder. Which means we have to come up with a better one for surface area. It's always going to be area of the 2 bases plus perimeter of the base times the height. But this time for a cylinder, perimeter of the base is actually going to be the circumference, right? Circumference of a circle, which is 2 pi r. So guess what? Again, we can write a better version of this formula. area of 2 base, which is pi r square, area of the circle is pi r square, right? We got that part, plus perimeter of the circle, which is 2 pi r times the height. And if I write it nicely, this is going to be the final, nicer version of surface area formula. You don't have to memorize this. As long as you know this one and this one, you can always come up with any surface area and volume of prisms.